everyone, happy Sunday to you, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you don't know already, my name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT, and in today's video I am going to be sharing my fall sewing plans. So I don't know what it is, but I have been itching to sew all of the fall things, and I feel like time is just moving so fast, and I could be feeling like that because Christmas decorations are already out at Dollar Tree, they're out at Hobby Lobby, and just kind of like everywhere. But what I don't want to happen is that fall comes and it goes and I don't have all of my new fall makes made. So I'm going to share a little trick with you. I guess it's a trick or whatever, a tip I should say. What I have done while I was planning out what I want to make to help me achieve all of my fall sewing plan goals is I made sure that I picked patterns that I truly liked, but they are not super complicated either. Mine is like one pattern and I don't feel at all like I settled on any other looks because they are still super chic and totally my style. So let's go ahead and get into this video so that you can see all that I have planned, and keep in mind that fall began September 23rd and the last day of fall is December 22nd. So that gives me a full range of 3 months to make all these items in total, and I did start on some of these makes already, so I totally believe that I can achieve this massive list that I really want to get done, which I am getting ready to share. So let's go ahead and start with the outerwear. For the first outerwear garment that I want to make a blazer that will coordinate well with most of anything that I plan to wear this fall. So I am going to make a denim blazer. I picked up some denim fabric from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to use Simplicity 9468 to make it. I will put all of the patterns in the screen because you've probably heard me say this before. Every time I hold it up to the camera turns dark. So Simplicity 9468 is what I'm going to use to make this blazer, and the reason why I chose Simplicity 9468 is because it is unlined. It has patch pockets, which means I can actually use the pockets, and it's stylish. The pattern description does read that it's a jacket, but I will be wearing this as a blazer, and in my opinion it looks like a blazer. And I will go ahead and show you the fabric now. So this here is the denim fabric that I picked up. I really wanted like a deeper blue denim, like more like kind of like a royal, but there wasn't enough on that particular bolt that was in the store, so I did settle upon this denim, but I still think that it is good enough for the fall. And this denim does have like a little stretch in it, but not too much, and I think it will really be a nice blazer that will fit most everything. I mean, you can just put denim on and I mean it's just like one of the neutrals, you know. So yes, definitely love that. The reason why I kind of emphasize that the pattern is unlined is because when you line things, you're kind of making it twice so that you can, you know, line it obviously. And so this just makes for an easier blazer. But I do like the style and I have been meaning to make it for a while. So yes, that is the first outerwear. So for the next outerwear garment, I am going to make a cardigan. I have actually started on this project. I think I may have shared that in the previous video, and it's coming along really well. The fabric that I am using to make this is a beautiful sweater knit fabric that I purchased from Joann Fabrics, and I'll go ahead and get that now. Of course, these are like remnants of the fabric right here, but here is the fabric. It is super gorgeous. It's fluffy, it's soft, and it kind of has like some texture with it to it, I should say. Really love it. Again, I purchased this from Joann Fabrics. It has stretch to it and I absolutely love the color. I think it's very perfect for fall. The fabric came out as one of the fall seasonal fabrics, and you know, for 2023 it was a goal of mine to make more cardigans for my wardrobe, so I'm actually going to make another cardigan in addition to this. The reason why I didn't show you the pattern is because it's for a collaboration and I didn't get permission to share it. But for this next cardigan that I'm going to share, I will be able to share you the pattern number. I am going to make McCall's 6996, and I am leaning towards pretty much 100% the view that has the peplum on the back. And this particular style of cardigan has more of an elevated look in my opinion, so I am super excited to get this made up to see how this is going to look on me. Now for the fabric, I have 4 different fall choices of fabric, of jersey like knit that is in my stash that I can use. I'm not sure which fabric color that I am going to use yet, but I have like a orange, I have a hunter green, I have like kind of like a pale yellow looking color, and then I have a navy blue. So let me go ahead and show you those fabrics. This here is the navy blue, as you can see, and this, I mean, almost like denim, it can go with pretty much anything right here. It's not super thin or anything, but it is one of those cardigan type fabrics. Like, I don't see myself making a garment up in that. Now these next fabrics are in the plastic that I wrapped them in after I washed them, because I just don't want them to get dusty or anything, because as you can see, I keep my fabrics in the cubes for a while. But anyway, this is the color for the next one, and it is kind of, it does look true to color here. So this is the yellow, some kind, I don't really know what this color is, but it's in the color yellow orangey type of family. So that's another choice right there. So we have your navy blue in this one, and then here we have this hunter green fabric that I have in here, and I have like 3 to 4 yards of all of this fabric, and here is the orange right here. So I do eventually plan to like make up all of these in cardigans, but for right now I just need to pick one because I have a lot of plans for you. So let me know in the comments below which fabric or color I should say you think I should use. Again, it's all the same type of fabric, just different colors. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to the next outerwear. When I went on vacation, I made 12 different items that I still have yet to share on this channel, but I had planned to make like 14, and I didn't get to the last 2 items, so I am going to add those into these plans for fall, which is Simplicity 9759, and that is a hoodie pattern that I am going to make for my youngest 2 boys, which is why I am going to make 2. So they have plenty of jackets, but they absolutely love hoodies, and they have outgrown the ones that they have, and that's another reason why I'm going to make them, because in the fall you can certainly wear hoodies alone without like a major coat. So as far as the fabric, I purchased fabric from Joann Fabrics back in the summer when I had originally planned to make the hoodies, and I ran out of time. So I'm going to show you what that fabric looks like. The fabric that I purchased, this is it's a knit. It's not very stretchy, but it has some stretch to it. But anyway, this is super soft. This is the fabric right here, and I think it would make perfect pullover hoodies, and I feel like this has like a masculine type of look to it, in my opinion, because for me this is not one design of a fabric that I would have chose for myself. But yeah, this is the fabric, and it goes this way, so the designs will actually be horizontal. They do have this fabric in like a more dominant blue colorway, but at the time there was none in stock, so this is what was left, and I do like it anyway, so I went with it. When I do make these, I will batch sew them at the same time so that they can be both done at the same time. All right, so next I am going to make a cape for myself. When New Look dropped their fall looks, this pattern, which is New Look 6768, came out, and I fell in love for the second time. Mimi G actually made this up a while back, and she used a Vogue pattern, and when I went to look for it, it was out of print, couldn't find it. Well, recently Mimi posted something on her, I think it was a reel on Instagram, and stated that this is the same pattern that she used back then, because she showed the Vogue pattern and then she showed this one, and that particular pattern looks absolutely great made up on her, and I am hoping for the same results. Now, I do plan to make the longer version so that I can wear it, you know, longer here throughout the fall, because it does get cold, and I don't have the fabric here with me now because I ordered it and it has not arrived yet, although it's been about 9 or 10 days. But I will tell you that I am using the same exact fabric that the model is wearing, and I have heard other sewists before stating that they don't like to use the same fabric or do a complete copycat type deal as the pattern cover, but I was inspired. I love animal print. It's a draft print. I don't have any draft print in my stash, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it. Now, I don't do that when it comes to other sewists unless it's like a plan or collaboration and we've talked about it or something like that. You know, I let you do your thing and I'll do my thing, put my spin on something like that. But I was super inspired by this model in the fabric that was used, so I am 100% okay with making that up, and you will be seeing it soon, because as soon as it comes in the mail, I'm going to drop everything I'm doing and it's getting made up. All right, so that is it for the outwear, and now I will go ahead and talk about the dresses that I plan to make. All right, so I want to make a sweater dress, and I am torn between two patterns with the fabric that I have. The fabric that I am speaking about is this here. Is this gorgeous rust colored cable knit fabric that I purchased from Joann's, and I purchased this not too long ago, a week or two ago, during their most recent sale. And the two patterns that I am deciding from is the Billy sweatshirt and dress pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. Yes, you heard me. I am actually picking from an indie pattern company. I think this dress is so super adorable and cute, practical, all the things. If I don't pick this particular pattern for this fabric, I will definitely eventually make it up. But this is the first choice, and the version that I would make would be version number 4, which has the balloon sleeves. I think this pattern, again, is so super cute and practical, and I love all of the versions that I've seen other sewists make up. There are so many different posts with this dress on Instagram and even on YouTube. It's very popular. So that's how I learned about that. And the other dress pattern that I am torn on using is New Look 6740. I ran to the store and got this pattern as soon as it came out because I think it's so sharp. It's definitely more dressy, in my opinion, than the Billy shirt dress or sweatshirt dress. So I do need to make a decision on what makes more sense, you know, for the particular time of fall. But either way, you know, I believe that either dress will be absolutely gorgeous and fall ready. And both of the dresses have bands, you know, or a contrast, and this fabric right here is what I would pair with it. So these two patterns, and here is a close-up. All right, so for the next dress, or that category I should say, I am going to make the York pinafore. Now, because I don't like taping patterns, I looked all through the big 5 pattern companies for a dupe, and I cannot find anything else close. So I purchased this York pinafore pattern, and I am going to make one this fall. I absolutely love this look. I'm a dress person, if you don't know already, so I could use like many of these in my wardrobe for the days that I want to wear a dress and not be like super dressy or whatever. But I am going to start with this one, and I'm going to use black corduroy fabric that is still at Joann fabrics. I was originally going to use like a black denim that is already in my stash, but I recently just made the decision that I am going to go back to Joann's and get the corduroy, and I will put a clip of the corduroy in the screen so that you can see it. But I just think it'll be better and makes more sense for the fall and even to wear during the winter. All right, moving on to shirts. Now, I do have one shirt for sure that I plan to make during this time frame of my fall sewing, and it is going to wear me out, I believe, because there are a lot of details to this pattern, and that is Simplicity 9821. I wasn't even going to purchase this pattern because of all the pleating details and, you know, the steps that it takes to get it made up, but my mother challenged me and wants me to make it with her, so we are going to collab, because how can I say no to my mom, right? So she and I again are going to both sew this up, and we are going to use the same fabric, which is a burnt orange cotton fabric that we both purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I will show you that fabric right here. It's almost like 6 yards of this fabric right here, but I think it's going to be cute, and I will be wearing this all the time because I know it is going to take some labor to get it done. So now let's talk about pants. I purchased some faux leather fabric to make either pants or a skirt, but I settled with the idea of making pants, and I want to use McCall's 8168 for this. However, and I'll put that pattern in the screen. However, that pattern has a front fly zip, and I haven't made one yet, let alone using faux leather and making it, right? So while that is still in the plan, I'm not going to rush it, and I'm not going to make that the first pair of pants because I just need to take my time with that. I will show you the faux leather because I am going to make it. I just don't know when during this time frame. So here's the faux leather right here. I'm trying to get the shine off of it from the ring light, but I did purchase this from Hobby Lobby, and so when I do make it, I feel like that's going to be super sharp. And so because I am not going to rush it, I am going to make McCall's 8057 to start off, or McCall's 7942 in the meantime. And I am going to use this fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby because it will pair with this. So imagine this shirt with this pair of pants, okay? Or I also have this brown snakeskin fabric that I purchased at Walmart a long time ago. Here's a close-up. You can see that texture of that snakeskin. But I haven't made a decision yet on which one I am going to use. Now, the reason why I really want to make the McCall's 8168 is because of the pleating detail, and also because of how high the waist is. I love high-waisted pants these days, but you know, I am okay with making these other patterns because I do have them in my stash and I plan to make them at some time. It's just that for the faux leather, I want to make the McCall's 8168. So for the next pattern, I have decided to use Simplicity 9201 to make my son's pants out of jeans that my husband can no longer fit. He has lost a ton of weight for, you know, better health, you know, so it was a health choice, and he has so many jeans that he was gonna throw out, and I was like, no sir. Because our 5-year-old is growing so fast and he needs new pants, so I'm just gonna upcycle those. It does not take a lot of work to make pants, but I did choose that particular pattern to just move forward, mainly because you can have a straight fit, or I can give him an elastic waist at the bottom, or not elastic waist, but an elastic hem. So I have a couple of options there that, you know, are not time consuming. So that's an upcycling project for me, which is different, but I'm going to enjoy that, and hopefully maybe in one of the pair of pants incorporate the different colors of the denim. All right, so moving on to lounge, I think that would be the right term for this category. I have 2 cut out already and just ready to be sewn up, and these particular makes will be quick and I will batch them. But I am going to make 2 bathrobes by using Simplicity 9214 for my youngest 2 boys. Okay, one of them has been asking me for one, and I had like this tan fleece in my stash already, so I am going to get these sewn up as well, and I will probably sew these up in between like a project that seemed tasking, because this make is just so easy that it's gonna be kind of like a palette cleanser type of project. But I'm going to show you the tan. It's in my project bag here. Here's the pattern. But this is so that you can get the color. I won't, it's all the pattern pieces are cut up, so I don't want to take them fully out, but this is it. Just some easy peasy bathrobes. You can see patterns already cut out and ready to go. There's 2 of them stuffed in here, but again, super duper easy. All right, okay, so along with those plans, I do have a couple collaborations outside of my mother that I will be making garments for that I didn't share in these plans, so definitely stay tuned for those. So that is it for my fall sewing plans that I will be sewing up through December 22nd. I will certainly be updating you here on the channel and hopefully as well on Instagram. So please let me know what your thoughts are about what was shared in this video in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe if you like this type of content so that you can see these makes when I get them all sewn up. I am getting ready to close out this video, but I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!